Hey, girlies. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Rachel, and you're listening to the Game Day Girlies.
Hello, Game Day Girlies. It's Rivalry Week. Oh, and we are ready. We are sat. There's so much to talk about this week, and
I know.
I mean, it's not only is it Turkey Week, but it's also Rivalry Week.
Yes.
And there's just a lot of drama.
There's a lot going on. I'm sad. I'm ready to eat my turkey and watch some football and just be content with life.
Yes, just be.
Just be.
Let's just be.
Amen.
Just be. And speaking of just being, we'll start off with our games of the last week. And as expected, we're gonna start off with Eastern Illinois at Alabama. Alabama won, obviously. What is this? 56-0. So thank God we got ourselves together in that regard. However, there's still some work to do. So
It ain't over yet.
It ain't over yet. Obviously, as we said, it is rivalry week, so there's a lot to be said. But Alabama did the things and what we were supposed to do on senior day. So
yes. Congratulations. Our marquee game of last week, USC at Oregon. Oregon handled business, but it was a good game. It was a good game.
I feel like this game was it was a good game, but
I felt like it moved in slow-mo a little bit.
Yeah, it did. And there were so many penalties.
Yeah.
There were so many, and these, for some reason, the game really wasn't that fun to watch because there were so many penalties. These refs were not playing around. And I will say, I do appreciate whenever refs, actually are consistent. So, if they're going to call, it was a lot of unsportsmanlike conduct, and things like that nature. Players are flipping the ball or spinning the ball after a big play. Maybe here or there. If you're gonna call it, and they did. Yeah. But I was like, this is a bit much.
Yeah, it was flag after flag after flag. I felt like it just moved in slow motion. Every time there was any kind of, I don't even know if I could say momentum because it just kept stopping almost. But I feel like play-wise, if you take the penalties out, it was a good competitive game and a good win for Oregon. 24-17 over USC.
Yes.
So good for them.
There's that. Yeah, good for them. Good for them. BYU at Cincinnati. BYU pulled it out 26 on the road, 26-14. I know that. I mean, BYU. They obviously should have won this game, and they did. This conference also is a little bit of a mess.
Yes.
So we're gonna see.
Yes.
But yes, BYU obviously they needed that win in order to stay alive, essentially, and they got it done on the road. Yeah. So
good for them,
job, BYU.
Our next game was Furman at Clemson. I got my purple uniforms again. A wonderful senior day. 45-10 Clemson, and that's all I got, purple, and we're bowl eligible. Amen.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Amen.
We're
hallelujah.
Playing in the postseason. Our last game, which was a surprising one, we had Pitt at Georgia Tech. Pitt came out with a win, a convincing win on the road, 42-28. And I was a little bit in shock. I couldn't believe that Georgia Tech just couldn't pull it together. I don't know why. They have been tested, and they have, really shown that they can win games. But with the game, with their season on the line,
Yeah.
They just couldn't get it together. This was wild to me.
Yeah. So Georgia Tech, had they won this game, would have been in the ACC championship. And so now it really is up in the air, because I believe like all the top contenders this week. So it is now still Georgia Tech, but a lot kind of needs to happen. Miami, Pitt, Virginia, SMU, they all are playing an ACC team this week. So there's a lot that this week holds for the ACC. They lost it themselves because they're playing Georgia Tech this week. They lost it last week. So I'm actually disappointed because I was rooting for you, Georgia Tech. But shout out to Pitt because they really came out swinging. Georgia Tech tried to make a last-ditch effort, but they just couldn't get a grasp. I don't know. Like, Pitt was really in the lab, and they were like, we're not losing this one. So they wanted it more.
They did want it more.
So we'll see how it shakes out. And then our notable game of the week, Wisconsin upsets Illinois. I don't know how big of an upset this is, but Illinois was ranked at the time. And Wisconsin had 3 wins, now 4. So, yeah, sure. 27-10. So good for Wisconsin.
Good for Wisconsin. Because they have not had a great season.
Yeah, they haven't.
So kudos.
You take that last.
Cheeseheads.
Yeah.
Yes. Congratulations. So those were our games of the week. But a lot of things off the field were happening this week. And first and foremost, congratulations to James Franklin on accepting officially the Virginia Tech job. So he will be, claps for coach. So congratulations to him. In other coaching carousel news, Lane Kiffin has been on the road this week. He was in allegedly in Baton Rouge. He was in Dallas. There were rumblings of him being in Florida and Tallahassee. Or not Tallahassee. Where is Florida? Gainesville. Lord have mercy. Gainesville. I was like, that's Florida State. Whoops. Somewhere down there in Florida. Down there. And there is an expected announcement to be made on Saturday, the 29th, after the Egg Bowl, on what Lane will be doing. In true Lane fashion, this has all been just drama.
Yeah.
But
public and dramatic.
Yes. If you're on the Twitter, then there have been rumblings of a $90 million contract at LSU, with a $25 million a year roster kind of allowance. So we're going to see.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. And I feel like, one, I hate the timing. And I know like Nick Saban was kind of like had his 2 cents to say about, and I agree in saying that you making a decision right before the playoff, there needs to be a different format in that. Like you should have to finish it, like in the pros, they have to finish the season with the team, and then you can start contacting them for the next season. And I agree with that, because if he does leave, like now Ole Miss in playoff contention could potentially lose their head coach. And I just don't think that's fair to the players that got you there. But I don't see him leaving. I just see him like really milking this.
Oh,
like I just like, this just feels like all the drama, all the buildup, all the lore for him to be like, joke's on you,
Psych.
I'm staying. Like,
yes. No,
so,
I 100% agree. That is so within Lane, like his atmosphere to just to just cause havoc and like to just be the talk of the. I saw this one tweet and then it was like, do you think that Lane is just scrolling on Twitter, searching his name,
cackling
and cackling at everybody and him and like they had a bye week this week, so it was like he was just on the road and so just like why not? Yeah. I don't know. I agree with you. I don't think he's going anywhere. And I think that it would be a ridiculous move for him to go to LSU, but
yeah, I agree. But we shall see. But in other news, so Rachel and I have been very vocal about how we have these grown men in college football, and yet again, we still have grown men trying to stay. So earlier this year, Diego Pavia opened up, Vanderbilt quarterback, for those who may not know, opened up a lawsuit against the NCAA to try and essentially make JUCO, junior college years that you played, not count towards your NCAA eligibility. So currently, as it stands, you have 5 years of NCAA eligibility. And for various reasons, people go play at JUCO, and then you come and your JUCO years count towards your NCAA eligibility. So here comes this grown 24-year-old man who's already been in college for I don't know how long, playing for I don't know how long. He wants to play what for him would be 2 more years of eligibility if he wins this lawsuit. And not only is it him, he's gotten support from Joey Aguilar, Tennessee quarterback, also grown man 24. And if he wins, like if the lawsuit wins, he would be gaining another year, so just 1 year of eligibility. And overall, all players who played JUCO now have reset their eligibility and could add 1 to however many years they played in JUCO.
Up to 2 years, yeah.
So,
oh my God, this is just exhausting. This is
a mess.
Exhausting.
So I just wanted to bring to the table, Girly Rachel, what are we feeling?
This is ridiculous.
Yes.
I think that this is ridiculous. There's no the entire. This is not the pros where you are in, like, for baseball where they have the minor leagues, or for the NBA where they have, the G League, which was once the D League. And so where you are going to develop to play, like, at a professional level. This is the college is where you are developing to also play at a professional level.
Right.
There's only so much development that can be made until it's no longer a level playing field. This is amateur athletics.
Yes.
Which is what collegiate athletics is.
Yes.
Then there's only a certain amount of time that you can be an amateur.
Yes.
And at 24 years old, you really are not an amateur student. And also, how many degrees are you? That's the other thing I'm very confused about. If in this case, because what I don't see happening is that if Diego Pavia, this goes through, I don't see Vanderbilt keeping him on for 2 more years. That doesn't really track with the way that college football is kind of moving right now. These 5th and 6th year seniors are transferring. Yeah. Like we saw, what's his name? DJ from Clemson, Carson from Georgia. Like, they have these really great seasons and then they have to leave. And so I don't see your time's running out. And so I don't foresee that this is like Vanderbilt's going to keep Diego out here for 2 more years. Like, that doesn't track well for their recruitment. Yeah. If I'm a quarterback looking at coming to Vanderbilt and this guy's going to be here for 2 more years, why would I stay here? Right. Or why would I why would I go there to know that I'm going to sit behind somebody for 2 years
and lose my eligibility
while I'm just sitting on the bench and not having an opportunity to play? That doesn't work out well. And so I think that this is ridiculous. And I hope that we need to get a rein on all of these things. And this is just more for me to tell everybody that I think, Nick Saban, please come in and fix this. We need you as a commissioner.
No, for real.
Athletics generally, not just college football, college athletics, because there has to be a balance of, like, what the players need and what the players deserve, but also what's, like, good for the sport and good for everybody. And having essentially having 7 years of eligibility, because you can play for 2 years in junior college.
Mm-hmm.
If say you play for 2 years and then you go and you redshirt a year at your 4-year university, like these things are crazy.
Yes.
How long can you play?
Yes. And I'm sitting here thinking like a grown, potentially Joey Aguilar, if he gets his 2 years, would be 26 off his mama's insurance. Like
Literally
playing a fresh out the womb, pretty much 18-year-old, 17 some year old like student. And I just don't think that's fair. I also agree there needs to be some checks and balances, because ultimately this is coming up because of like NIL, like the new framework, like everybody's trying to make as much money as you can, because which, mind you, get and understand, like you deserve to be paid, but like let's not milk it. And there's no checks and balances in this current format. There's no checks and balances for transfers, like NIL cap, like payment cap, now age cap, the coaching, like
it's the wild west, truly.
It
in
really
every regard.
is. Yeah, there is no checks and balances. So now it's just getting really out of hand. I am, though, very curious, because I can't remember the exact lawsuit, so I may have to go back and look at it, because he already won a lawsuit against the NCAA for something similar, which gave him the ability to play this year. And so now he's like doing it again. Depending on like what the lawsuit looks like, because in the court of law, it's like evidence and all of this. Yeah. Like if it makes sense in how everything is written in the bylaws or whatever for the NCAA that JUCO shouldn't count, like now that really opens up that door. So I think they really need to start putting in a commissioner for NCAA and like really outline a framework that makes sense now for fairness, for the game, for the sport, and for the players to get their fair share as well. But it's just a mess right now, and there's no balance. There's nothing stopping it at this point, and I just see this getting really, really out of hand the more it develops. But we shall see. We shall see, honey.
It's crazy. Mess. So as of right now, right? Because so basically, Diego Pavia, this lawsuit gave him 1 year of eligibility, and so he would get one more.
Yeah,
and so basically it was like a waiver or like an injunction, like a temporary injunction. So the lawsuit that he initially had filed, basically is still the same one that we're talking about, right? Okay. But yes, but they have in the interim essentially allowed him to play this season as a waiver, but it's the same point basis. So the point of the lawsuit generally is to allow this to be applied across the board. So essentially, it was applied for Diego as a waiver, and now they're fighting to allow.
Yeah. So if you waived it already, like I just don't see them not being like, well, why not? So, I mean, they shouldn't have waived it. He should have been at his 9 to 5 or wherever. Yeah. This year.
It's and this is like a trickle down, because it is about the NIL money, like you said. Mm-hmm. It is about allowing players to earn as much money as they can during their eligibility. And what they are saying, or what Diego is arguing essentially, is that because of the JUCO years, you don't get your full amount of time to earn NIL money. Mm-hmm. And maybe what I'm about to say is a little controversial, but it sounds like you just should have been better out of high school, in my opinion. Not everybody gets equal. This is not a participation trophy situation where it's like, okay, well, I'm going to go just the same way. Whereas if you or I went to JUCO or a community college right out of high school, and earned our associate degree, or did all of our basic classes at a community college, we don't go to college and say, okay, well now I'm just going to stay for 4 years because I missed out on 1 year of my college experience. Mm-hmm. It's not how this works. Yeah. You graduate and you move on. Yeah. So, the situations are different. Obviously people go to community college or JUCOs for many reasons. Mm-hmm. But if this is the way, if you went there because you needed to develop your skills in order to play at a higher level, then that development time is the same amount of time that somebody else got that maybe took a chance or had to develop while on their campus. Mm-hmm. You should have, everybody has the same amount of time to develop, whether they are at a 4-year university or at a JUCO. And it's not necessarily fair that because somebody decided to maybe not sit behind somebody, there could be a situation where you want to go to Texas, but the way that their recruiting class lines up, you have to sit behind somebody and lose out on a year of eligibility. Okay, cool. If you don't want to do that, go to a JUCO. But that means that because you didn't want to sit behind somebody at Texas, that doesn't mean that then you can just come in and have extra years everything. And get the same everything. That's not fair to me. So I could, even if somebody said then, if Diego and them win this, and I'm at a 4-year university, I'm like, okay, well then we should have 5 years of eligibility. Yes. Where does the buck stop? Where it becomes out of control, because then it's like everybody needs to have the same amount of eligibility.
Mm-hmm. Right. I agree. And I just feel like now it's just gotten to a point where we're just milking it, and it needs to, I think this lawsuit is a chance to kind of start the checks and balances of okay, we're not allowing it. And this is where it cuts. So we shall see, and we will keep you guys updated as it develops. But child, it's a hot mess express.
A hot mess express. Truly.
Yeah.
Truly.
But we are entering into what I think is my favorite week of football, Rivalry Week. It is just a weekend slam-packed of quite literally anything goes. This is where
you can really, I'm not going to get on you for picking upsets.
Yes. You pick the upsets here, right?
Yes.
So I'm just going to jump right into it. We do have some Friday night lights this week.
Hallelujah.
So after you've eaten your turkey, done your shopping, settle in, get a second, third, fourth plate, and watch football.
This is your leftovers game.
Yes, eat your leftovers. We have Georgia at Georgia. Well, they're playing at Mercedes-Benz, but Georgia Tech.
In Atlanta.
The
street from Georgia Tech. Yes.
And I really don't know, right? After
Me neither.
I came in thinking one thing, and then last week happened, but I'm still...
I would say... Here, let me help you out. I would say that if this game wasn't at Mercedes-Benz... Mm-hmm. And if it was actually, because it's Georgia Tech is the home team.
Yeah.
So because this game was supposed to be at Georgia Tech, but because of, Georgia Tech's actually pretty good this year, and they decided that they wanted to hold this in Mercedes-Benz. Whatever. If this was at Georgia Tech, I would say Georgia Tech's going to win. Mm-hmm. Because this is at Mercedes-Benz, I'm picking Georgia. Mm-hmm. Because it's not a true home field
game
advantage.
Yeah.
Essentially, this is a neutral site, essentially.
Yeah.
Because Kirby and them play at Mercedes-Benz all the time. This is where the SEC championship is, all the things. So I don't see anything really happening here out of the ordinary.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm still going to go in with my mind that I came in with. I'm picking Georgia Tech. I just feel like two things. One, they're on a good run. They had a mess up last week. I think they'll come in and try and fix it. And then I feel like Georgia's been good this year, but not as dominant as they have been years past. Like, they're winning, they're doing well, and they look good, but it's just not, I guess, like, face value as dominant as it has been, like, in the past couple
the eye
years.
test for you is not as eye testing.
As eye testy. So I think it'll be a good game, and I gotta go with my ACC. It's a hot mess this year, and I will admit that. But I'm strong in my ACC, so we're gonna go Georgia Tech, and it keeps it spicy for us too. So
because if Georgia Tech beats Georgia Tech could get in.
Yeah. And then I was also going to say that too, like, this could be a good game for them too, outside looking in ACC. Because they are right now outside looking in because they messed it up for themselves. So yeah.
I feel that. Well, you're going to see Friday Night Lights. Our next game on Friday is Texas A&M at Texas. Now, this game, I'm really excited for this game. Like, this game is, I will be sat. Crazy. I'm picking Texas.
Okay.
They're at home. This is a rivalry game. Texas A&M is on the hot streak. Like, the hate for these fan bases. Like, I grew up in Austin, so I already know it is. This is spicy. Really rumbling. Yes, exactly. Yeah. And all that Texas at this point, has left. All they have left this season is this game. They have to win this game. Yeah. Like, they do. Like, they have, they beat OU and they beat Texas A&M. This guarantees Stark to have a job next year. This game. And maybe 2 years. If they beat number 3 Texas A&M.
Yeah. Job security.
So I'm taking Texas.
Okay. I think, I want to take a moment and shout out Arch. He had a wonderful game this past. It wasn't necessarily pretty, but he did well, and he had pass, catch, and rush touchdown. I feel like it was his breakout game this season. So good for you, Arch. All the drama you've had, you deserved that.
Drama is right.
So however, I'm picking Texas A&M, and I'm picking them because they had, I think, one of the best tests of a team that you can have is a comeback win. The way that they came back and won, not this past week, but the week prior.
Yeah, South Carolina.
Yes. And I just feel like when you have that mentality on the road, that was a road game as well. Like, when you have that comeback mentality, like, that just goes into, like, you go in again, you still have the intensity of rivalry. Like, you still want to beat Texas. Like, it's still that drama. So I'm just going with, that's what I'm going with. Like, they were battle tested, but I think it'll be a good game. I'm excited. I'm excited for both the Friday games. I think outside of obviously my game, I think these are like,
these are the best two games.
I'm most excited.
They have the most kind of like hanging on them. There's a lot of drama in these games, in these two games. So
I'm excited.
I agree. These are going to be some good ones. So our next game, we have Ole Miss at Mississippi State. And this game has the drama because of Lane being Lane. Also, it is in Starkville. So anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Anything goes.
Ole Miss on the road, a drama in coaching carousel world. Couldn't write it up anymore. Cowbells.
Yeah.
You just couldn't write it up anymore. However, I'm gonna pick Ole Miss. I think that this team is just better than I think that they're much better than Mississippi State. Mississippi State has struggled to get wins in the SEC, and I don't think that that's necessarily going to change this week. I think that they'll still struggle to get a win. But yeah, I don't know. I think that Ole Miss is going to pull it out and rise above, regardless of whatever they have going on in that locker room.
Yes. I am also picking Ole Miss, but even though they've struggled, to your point, I feel like they have very much struggled to win in the SEC, but you pull out all the stops for your rivals, so I wouldn't be surprised if Mississippi State just like came and got super creative this week.
100%.
So
them being at home, they're gonna just this will be the game. They're empty the playbook. They're not going to a bowl game.
Yeah, no love lost.
Yeah,
we're here to ruin your season.
Yes, 100%.
We're here to ruin you,
and that would make their season.
Yes, exactly. So I am still picking Ole Miss, but I don't know. There's
just something about this game. There's something about this game specifically too that is just, there's just a lot of drama around it. Yeah. So we'll see.
Our next game, and this is, so I heard a commentator commercial, I don't know, where they were announcing this game, and they said Ohio State beats everyone except Michigan, and that, my friends,
is true.
Is facts. As long as I have known Ryan Day to be there, I don't recall him beating Michigan, and Michigan could have been having the worst year of the year, and they still come back and beat Ohio State. And they're playing at the Big House, so they're in Michigan.
Yeah, they're at Michigan.
So something in me really wants to pick Michigan. They're actually not a bad team this year. It hasn't been their best year, but it's not a bad team, more or less.
This is where College Game Day is going to be.
Yes,
this is
too. This is game day. I just feel like Ryan Day has to get him one. He has to.
And I feel like also
he has to.
Ohio State has probably been feeling very disrespected this year. They just haven't played anybody, so nobody's talking about them.
Yes.
Like, they haven't, they've just beat up on everybody else that they played. They haven't played anybody that is they played Penn State or whatever, but that game is a moot point now.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah. But yes, I'm going with Ohio State because Ryan, you need to get you one. And I feel like your whole season would really kind of be I feel like they would put not a question mark, but almost, if you go out and lose to Michigan again. So I just want that for you. Honestly,
well,
you need to have a little, you need to go out and have a little rivalry pride. I know that's not your alma mater, but we need to have a little. You've been there long enough, Ryan, that
this
you
is
need
the
to
game.
Hate Michigan as much as any alum.
Yes, this is Ohio State doesn't have any marquee wins, and so at the beginning of the season it was they beat Texas, but as the chips fall, that's not that's a ranked win, I guess, but it's not this is a big win, a deserving win. And so I'm gonna pick, oh my god, you know what, I'm here for the drama,
Here for the plot.
I'm picking Michigan.
I love it.
They're at home. They also, they're in those have nothing to lose types of situations. And I just don't think that Ohio State has been tested, enough this season. And
yes,
let's see.
Here for the plot. I love it.
I'm here for the plot.
I love it.
All right. Our next game. We had a lot of games this week.
I know.
I love this week. Our next game, adding to the ACC chaos, we have Miami at Pitt. Now, I think that how cold is it going to be at Pitt? That's really the question.
Let me look it up.
They're playing
I'm going to do a quick search.
They're playing at Pitt, and those Miami boys are not used to.
Yeah.
We are in dang near December. they're not used to that weather.
Let's see.
I also am like a career Miami. Like I'm not a Carson Beck fan, for the reasons that he needed to go get a job just like everybody else. But we're gonna leave that out of this.
Okay, so Friday. Oh no, that's Saturday. They're playing Saturday.
Yeah, there's
Saturday. We have a few flurries or snow showers possible. High of 35. Winds
I pick
light. Winds light and variable.
Pitt. I'm picking Pitt to win.
Low chance of flurries, but it says possible.
It's going to be 30-something degrees. That's all you had to say. Those receivers' hands are going to be frozen. They ain't going to be able to do nothing. Just frozen hands. Yes. I pick Pitt.
Yes.
I'm only for the one
for the weather
and 2 for the weather. The conditions are
not in their favor.
No.
Yes.
Not in their favor at all.
Yeah. I am also picking Pitt. I feel like Miami, especially like kind of the second half of their season, has been just a little inconsistent, wish-washy, and blamey. Carson, that one's for you. And I just feel like Pitt just had a good win. Why would you go and lose to now really knock yourselves out? Like, this keeps them in contention for the ACC championship. And so, I mean, whoever wins, it'll make them contention for the ACC because they'll each only have 2 losses. But yeah, I'm rooting for Pitt. I also think the weather is a factor, and I don't like when we play the blame game. It's a team sport.
Yeah,
everybody has to do their part.
I felt the same way about the Alabama kicker a couple weeks ago, whenever he was blaming the long snapper on him missing his chip shot, which has been proven that it's not anything, and it's not nobody but himself. Anyways, I agree with you. No blame game.
No blame
Immediately
game.
You should lose.
Yes.
So
we're going Pitt on that one.
Yeah.
Next, we have my favorite, the Palmetto Bowl, Clemson at South Carolina. Now, obviously, the jokes are that this has become I saw, because it moved from ESPN to SEC Network, and then someone was like, it needs to move to Cartoon Network, and I agree. Like, it's a joke, but
oh my god.
But I don't care. Like, Clemson could be 1-11 or 12, whatever, but that one win better be against South Carolina, and it wasn't last year. So we need to bring the trophy back home. Amen. Hallelujah. I'm picking Clemson, obviously.
Okay, well, I always am in a hot spot here because last time I picked Clemson, you guys lost. But I really do believe, I got to be an SEC girly here, and deep down, I don't really. I care about this game only because of Jess, and the only reason why 2 reasons. Obviously, I'm an SEC girly, and 2, every time that I've picked against Clemson, that they've won. So we're gonna continue to test that theory. I'm picking South Carolina under the guise that I'm an SEC girly, but for the real reason so that Jess's team can get a dub. So, South Carolina is my official pick. Sue me.
Oh, gosh.
So,
our next game we have is, they've already joined forces in the lawsuit, so we'll see what happens. Vanderbilt at Tennessee. I actually think this is going to be a really good game. I'm going to go with the home team on this one, which is Tennessee. And I think that is the only advantage I'm kind of giving to them. I do think this would be a good game. But yeah.
I agree. I'm also picking Tennessee. Tennessee is a hard place to play. And this season, Vanderbilt, obviously started off really strong. They haven't played great on the road. So I'm thinking Tennessee is going to pull this one out at Rocky Top. So there's that.
Yeah.
Okay, our last game. We have Alabama at Auburn in the Iron Bowl. Jordan Hare at night. An Auburn team that has absolutely nothing to lose, which is the most dangerous type of team. I'm like terrified, honestly. I'm picking Alabama, but right. Jesus, I'm like, if we win, the Twitter is saying, if we win, then we're in the SEC championship and we control our own destiny. Mm-hmm. I need Ty, Ryan,
everybody lock in.
Germ, everybody lock in. Get it together, please. I'm literally begging. I'm begging. We cannot lose at Auburn. Mm-hmm. Especially this year. Like, this is our year.
Yeah.
So my heart is already hurting.
Yeah. No. Palpitations. And it's the end of the day. So you're going to have them all day. How dare they do that to you?
It's just sad. And then I have to stay up. And then if it's bad, then I'm going to be sad. It's just going to.
I'm also picking Alabama, but every time I think of the Iron Bowl, I think of I can't remember what year it was, but the missed field goal all the way.
Yeah, the kick six.
Yeah.
Year. Who cares?
I literally, because it was like similar setup where I feel like Auburn frequently has nothing to lose when it's against Alabama, but that was also a year where they really had like nothing to lose. So, and it worked in their favor, but
we shouldn't have even kicked the field goal.
I agree. That was a mess. Maybe we won't do that.
We should have just gone overtime, whatever. Yeah. Anyways, we're not talking about the past.
I'm picking Alabama. They should win. Again, like you said, they control their own destiny. Like, I just don't see them fumbling it this close to the end. And
this game is equivalent to the Texas A&M Texas game.
Yeah.
And in the sense of like, and the Ole Miss Mississippi State game. There's, a team that is really, honestly, and the Georgia Tech game.
All the rivalries.
Yes.
All the rivalries, really.
All the rivalries where somebody is like, because we have a lot of people on the bubble. So, Alabama is kind of, right now, at number 10, we're on the
cusp.
The literal last team to get in of the playoff. A&M, they're highly ranked, but a loss at Texas could really mess up the whole SEC champion. There's just a lot of things at play, and I'm worried, Jess. Yeah. I'm worried.
Yeah, it'll be a mess. But those are the games we picked. We know there are a lot of other rivalries, and though we can't get to them all, we want to see who you pick. So please, please, please put your picks for your team in the comments when we post it. We can't wait to hear who you're rooting for this weekend. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and pick your picks on our story. We are quickly approaching the end of the season, and somebody is still in the running for some merch, and so we want it to potentially be you. So get your picks in and use our cute little sticker on Instagram so you can be in the running. Last week, Rachel, we both went 4-1. Yay.
Look at us.
Overall, I'm sitting at 30-22, and you are at 35-17. So this week could really, we say it all the time, but like it could really shake it up.
Yeah,
so.
We have like 4 different picks, 4 games that we picked differently. So
yeah,
we shall see.
But yes, well, that is all we have for you today. Again, continue to like, comment, subscribe, share, and listen. We love you all so much. And until next time, happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your family and your food and your shopping.
And your football.
Yes. Bye, Game Day Girlies.